Hey guys, and welcome to Smack
Smack
Talk.
Talk.
As you can tell, my partner in crime is back.
The one and only Jay. Drink it in, man. Drink it in.
And this podcast is quite a special one for us because Jay's dying and he's never coming back.
Really?
I'm going to retire you like Jericho got retired. I'm going to hit you so hard. I'm going to make you wish you weren't around anymore.
You know what? You're a stupid idiot.
Might be a stupid idiot, but I'm this show a stupid idiot.
Well, it ain't making the list.
No, I'm definitely making a list. So we've got a very good show tonight. We've got on our show our top 10 best WWE superstars, which me and Jay went through arguing for a few spots.
Arguing, silly, feuding, chairs were flying.
Oh yeah,
Red
you know,
chairs.
I can't believe you power bombed me through a table.
Wow.
For number 2. It's ridiculous.
You can't say it that way. That's the only way to sell it.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
And then we've got our best women's superstar of who's working in the roster. That's include WWE, SmackDown, and Raw for us.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be interesting.
Sounds.
We'll be discussing who we think is the best. I cannot wait to hear who you've put down because I will probably be very surprised.
I will be sure soon enough, I'm sure.
I'm sure. And then we have our predictions for Backlash as well. Backlash. That's going to be fun. Thankfully, we won't be doing the drinking game.
God save us from that last time.
God, that was... Oh, we know.
House of Horrors, I mean, enough. Just...
It killed us, folks. It killed us. So, first things first, let's get on with who we think is the best woman in the current WWE.
The best?
The best in the main roster, because obviously if we said the best, it could be easily be Asuka from NXT, because she's the only real competitor in the women's division at NXT.
So you ain't really got much for the one and only, have you?
No, it's literally gonna be the best in the main roster. So Jay, for you, who's the best in the main roster for the women?
This one's been a hard choice.
You were saying it was very difficult for you to pick one.
I think Bayley. I've decided I've gone with Bayley.
This is a shock for me. It is pretty shocking because you don't like faces.
Not as a rule. Not as a rule.
Why? Why Bayley? Out of you got Sasha Banks, you got Charlotte, you've got Nia Jax. Wow. Why Bayley?
I just like the whole package. As far as Bayley's concerned, I like the fact that she's a positive role model for females in wrestling.
Yeah.
I like the fact that she knows how to get the fans going. She's good with her fans.
Yeah, when we saw her live in Leeds, she got the crowd going.
She got her huggers in.
The huggers are a lot of huggers.
So,
I'm not a hugger, so...
well, not surprising. I'm all
about
hugger.
the hug.
Exactly. So, I just couldn't say otherwise about Bayley. I just couldn't say anything wrong.
She did have a massive pop when she came up from NXT. I think, when she'd finally got a spot, it was a big but I disagree. I disagree on who's the best.
How dare you, sir?
I'm going for Becky Lynch, and not because I'm
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Bias? It hasn't because a certain someone.
I might fancy Becky, but
We'll stress the might and does.
All right, yeah, I do find her very good looking. I think she's a very attractive young lady, but I can't say that now because she is ridiculously younger than me. Now that's so depressing. No, Becky, for me, the reason is because if you look at the feuds and the storytelling on SmackDown, Becky's been either round that area or she's somehow been involved in the major stories of SmackDown Women's Division. And like a few years ago we had the SmackDown 6. The original SmackDown 6. Undertaker.
That was in the galaxy far, far away.
That's when SmackDown. I think SmackDown was literally the better show than Raw at that point, and now we're getting to a stage again where we're not getting to a stage. We are at that stage again where SmackDown is the better show than Raw.
Definitely.
I think Becky Lynch is the first female SmackDown 6 of the new SmackDown 6 because she's involved in all the major stories for the women's division in there. She was first SmackDown Women's Champion. She pushed her and Alexa Bliss. Amazing.
We see that was a hard choice. Alexa Bliss.
you like
very
Alexa
close
Bliss.
On that,
yeah. But Alexa Bliss and Becky were just such a good storytelling, and Becky, you could tell that Becky was a little bit more senior pro. She helped Alexa with the promos and the in-ring skills as well. And then Naomi got involved because I had a tag team match against Mickie James. Very, very much. If there's a story going on with the main belt, Becky's either around it or in it, and that's why I think she's the foundation of a SmackDown Women's division. Even now when Charlotte Flair's come in, who was the foundation for the Raw Women's division, I still think Becky's still the cement for that division. You can't have a story without her being involved somehow.
So for you, the whole universe rolls around there.
No, the storytelling wise, she's always a pinnacle character who's either gonna be involved in the belt or bring someone in to get involved in the belt. Because she brought Naomi in as a tag team partner, which made Naomi #1 contender because she pinned Alexa. So it just, you know what I mean. It kind of makes her a very important role in that division, and I think you don't have that on Raw right now with Bayley, because I think Bayley's still a little bit green compared to Becky and Charlotte and Sasha. Those three out of the 4 horsewomen, she's the one who's been involved in a lot of feuds lately, and it's been important feuds. Not like Sasha Banks is now feuding against Fox.
Oh, that's how I'm paying attention to
that.
that.
No one cares. That's how
exactly.
And Charlotte's now turning face, so it's kind of like out of all of them, she's kind of in the most important role right now. But that's my opinion. But continue your disagreement. Your disagreement to my Becky Lynch.
My disagreement to your Becky Lynch because of your personal preference.
It's not personal preference. It's just a status that if Becky wasn't involved in a lot of SmackDown matches, the stories wouldn't have evolved as well as they did, and Alexa Bliss wouldn't look as good as she does.
I don't know. I think Alexa Bliss can still hold her own.
Yeah, but
in that Becky Lynch.
But Becky did help out. You can see the way they
really.
If you look at the other episodes of SmackDown, the first couple of episodes, Becky and Alexa were really good, and Alexa wasn't as good on the mic. She got better, but I think Becky did help with that. She's a senior wrestler now, man. She might have not been there too long, but she's very much the foundation of that women's division. But go on, explain to me why Bayley is the best wrestler in the current, when you got Charlotte.
Why do you have to weigh up against Charlotte?
Because
you're always putting the hard choices against me. Because
Charlotte Flair is literally the pinnacle of the women's division, but she's not a foundation anymore. So that's why I've taken her out as being the best women's wrestler. Because if she was still on Raw, she would have been a foundation, and I would have gone Charlotte. But because now she's gone to SmackDown, she's not a foundation.
I think that's also why I have to go for Bayley, though. I think she's got potential to be the new foundation.
Of that
definitely for Raw.
I do.
As I say, again, she's good with the fans. I think she's a good role model, again, within the women's division. You just enjoy
watching her.
Yeah. And I do like the style that she has for the fights. I do enjoy it.
It's very Macho Man meets Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, there is a bit of the old school in that style as well. So
not the biggest fan of the Ultimate Warrior, or
but still
Macho Man.
But I do enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to say...
I think she's underrated, actually.
You think she's very...
Yeah, I think Bayley hasn't had a time to really shine yet.
You might be right. I think she... Time to shine, she was Raw Women's Champion.
Yeah, but that was brief.
It was a couple of months.
Yeah, for me it's still brief.
Yeah, right.
Not enough.
Not enough time.
No.
Yeah, I can't say, Becky won the first SmackDown Women's title and that's it. She, they've had 3 other champions since 2 other champions, Alexa and Naomi. I do hope Becky wins it again because I think she does deserve it. But like I said, she's the foundation for me, so she doesn't need to hold a title because she's got an important role of making sure that everyone else looks good in that division. But yeah, that's our thoughts. I can't wait to see what your guys' opinion on that is. Please leave us a comment on who you guys think is the best modern woman wrestler. I'm pretty sure a lot of you will say Charlotte and disagree with us and call us both idiots, stupid idiots.
Well, that's all I can say. Anyone who does actually say we're idiots are making the list.
They're making a list.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say that if someone does cause stupid idiots, I'll just have to say one. It doesn't matter what you think. That's the first Rock reference. We're number one.
Are we giving that away to them? I'm sure they can tell enough out there that The Rock is going to be in this.
If your brother's listening, he might not. So obviously we're continuing the Andrew thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your brother won't get the references. He only loved The Undertaker. He didn't care about any other wrestlers.
Well, I know, but that's like you and Becky Lynch and when Undertaker. Enough said on that one. So yeah, how about the top 10 then?
Should we do top 10 next?
Yeah. Let's go for the list.
Oh, the list.
I like lists.
The list of Boise and Jay. I'm going to have to do when I do the editing of this video, I'm going to have to make a Jericho list and put our names over Chris Jericho's.
I'm sure that'll go down well with Jericho.
I'm pretty sure we're going to get sued.
Oh, wow.
So, our number 10. Jay, do you want to take number 10 for us?
Well, leading on with Jericho, we're going to go from the back up, aren't we? So,
yep.
We'll leave that one for later. So, number 10, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy, for us, was... it was a simple choice, really, for Jeff.
Yeah, definitely. Not just because of the return back into... the WWE arena.
He was absolute. Before he left and went to Impact Wrestling, they now call it, because it was TNA not long ago. Jeff was probably one of the bigger names on. Him and I won't say Matt was a big name. I think Matt's a bigger name now. He's returned, but when Jeff left, it was a big name going. It was a big name. Let's look at his accomplishments. 2-time heavyweight champion. The guy's held champion, big gold. He's been a WWE champion as well.
Yeah.
He's been...
European champion.
Champion. Hold on. How many times has been... One... Alright. 1, 2... 8-time tag team champion. 8-time tag team champion.
And not to forget... one of the Hardy boys, you can't have one without the other. You got to pay homage to the fact that he was tag team champion 6 times.
No, sorry, 7 times, because obviously they called the Raw one.
Yeah,
so
but
7 times. Yes.
Yeah, but 7 times. But still, you just can't
it's
pay the homage to that with the teamwork him and Matt play.
Yeah, it's, if you're looking at champions, it looks like a lot of the guys who are on our list do have caliber on every belt nearly.
Yeah.
Like you said, European Championship. God, I miss the European Championship. They're saying like the UK.
Yeah, the UK one.
UK is now the second biggest market for WWE. Bring back the European. Put the UK belt on the main roster.
Yeah.
SmackDown. Put it on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And have that as the European Championship. Have anyone from Europe, because it's great having a UK belt, but it's barely going to get defended, and they're not going to have a whole roster just full of English guys, because it's going to the Americans aren't going to accept that. So just have it as a European belt, but still keep the United Kingdom bit because we're awesome. and we've left Europe. I absolutely one of the best wrestlers. He was a hardcore champion as well. Don't forget, 3 times.
Quite impressive.
That's impressive. The only thing I will say for him, I reckon he could have had so many more belts if he wasn't on drugs and he didn't decide to leave the WWE.
Yeah, but as we all know, that's the clincher that kind of took his career down.
Yeah, I think it's you always when you hear wrestlers return and they go, I've cleaned up, I've left, stopped drinking and stuff like that, and it's like, wow, I didn't even realise you left because of that. You just think they left to spend more time with family, but even Kurt Angle left because of drugs and painkillers and booze. It's a bit of a shame, really, isn't it? And Jeff Hardy was on that kind of course as well.
Yeah.
Because he left for a long time. He left for a bit, didn't he? Came back clean and then got back on painkillers and booze again. And then came back again. Clean.
And clean again.
Clean
there
again.
You go.
He's married now. Has kids. So I guess he really wants to change. But yeah, Jeff Hardy, number 10. Fantastic choice for us. I think he's one of your favourite wrestlers. I think one of the things we should mention is a memory. One of the best memories we have of each guy. What's your best memory of Jeff Hardy?
Well, that's obvious. The most recent for me. The return with Matt.
WrestleMania 33.
Yeah, that's one of the top moments.
It was brilliant. We screamed we mentioned it in our last podcast how much of an impact that was.
Yeah, in fact, you guys probably get sick of us hearing about that. But still, one of the best.
If WrestleMania 33 is always gonna be something where we're gonna talk about one thing, it's gonna be the Hardys returning.
Nothing can be.
Undertaker retiring and Hardys returning is probably gonna be the.
But don't forget Rollins beating Triple H.
That was a good match. The one-legged man winning. Yeah. It was a good match. We did enjoy that one. We do have a few honourable mentions in our top 10. We should mention these guys as well before we continue. Let's get it over with because
I can't believe that one. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna say it because he's a 16-time champion.
But you can't see him. He's just
right. So our honourable mentions go as CM Punk.
Respect.
The only reason CM Punk did not make our list is one for me. I'm sick and tired of hearing the CM Punk chants when the fans are not happy. So it's kind of upset me because CM Punk will never return to WWE. So stop chanting his fucking name. It annoys the crap out of me. It makes the wrestlers a lot of these guys. People forget a lot of the guys who are in the ring right now are very green. The new talent, Yes, they've done NXT, but they've been sheltered in NXT. You get to the main roster, it's quite a lot more vicious. The fans are a lot more vicious. And shouting CM Punk to someone is the worst thing I think now you can shout at someone because it's going to be like, oh, fuck. They rather have someone who doesn't even care about the industry than someone who actually
new talent
who really does care, who wants to make a difference. John Cena. You hate this one, but he's an honourable mention because he is a 16-time champion. Get over it. Seth Rollins.
Rollins, respect.
Respectfully, he is. The reason I put Seth on honourable is because the guy is a workhorse for the WWE. When he was champion, he was a good champion. He was a great heel. He's taken a bit of time to get over as being a face, but I think it is starting to get more fans are getting into him now being a baby face.
Yeah, it's still a bit difficult getting used to him becoming a face.
Yeah, but you say that about anyone who's really good at being a heel. Apart from one guy who's on this list. On this honourable mention list. And Dean Ambrose. The reason I put Dean Ambrose on here because the guy is a workhorse for that company. I told you about the story about him at a live event. He started. This is Dean Ambrose did the most live events last year for WWE, and they called him lazy. How can you call someone lazy? He did the most live shows.
Only WWE can say that.
not just did most live shows, he highlighted. He was the main event of most of those ones as well. And I remember one. He started one WWE live show. Got a call saying someone couldn't make it, so he drove 3 hours to get there in time to be the main event of a live show on like a town in America 3 hours away. The guy's a workhorse. That's why he gets a mention on why he's one of the... He could be in the future on the top 10.
I was going to say, why isn't he in the top 10?
Because he hasn't... Because he's like a lot of the guys... Every guy on that list apart from Jeff is no longer working right now.
And he's giving it away right there who it could possibly be on the next.
Yeah, well, AJ Styles. I love AJ Styles. I think he is the only guy right now who could turn heel and face, and people just love him either way. He's that good. He's only won one title. That's why AJ has not made the list.
Another underrated wrestler.
Very underrated. Everyone said he would never make it to WWE. And what did he do?
He got it.
He got it. He won the belt. He won the belt. Just shows them, doesn't it? I put Christian on there because Christian is so underrated when he was there. And the guy was a 14-time tag team champion. I'm sorry, but...
And 32nd pose.
Yeah,
how can you miss that out?
It was one of my favourites. When he was tagging, when he was single competitor, he was one of the best. And it's a shame WWE haven't put him in the Hall of Fame yet, because I think he deserves it now. And Bret the Hitman Hart is on our honorable mention list. It was really difficult because we just swapped him out last minute, didn't we?
Off the list, yeah. But we couldn't get rid of him altogether. But
we wanted to mention him on our list because he is an honourable. He is the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. But back to our main list. Right, you ready
Number
for
9?
Number 9.
Drum roll.
Oh, it's Mick Foley. Now, Mick Foley,
God.
He is God. He is good. Have a nice day. Mick Foley is awesome. I loved Mick Foley when I was a kid. Mankind scared me a little bit.
Mankind, you scared you, really?
When you used to do that pig squealing, that kind of freaked me out when I was a kid. But when they started giving him a little bit more character development and let him be himself, like Dude Love, Cactus Jack returning.
You see, Cactus Jack absolutely loved. I mean...
man, I remember the Cactus Jack return, the promo they did for it. I mean, he was going to have a street fight with Triple H, and Dude Love Dude Love and Mankind introduced Cactus Jack. I was like, I know, like everyone looked at the big screen and it was Cactus Jack. Like Mankind was like, Dude Love was like, oh, hardcore, street fights aren't my thing. I mean, Mankind's like, I don't mind street fights, but there's someone who I know hates Triple H a little bit more than I do. And then there was Cactus Jack just comes out and it's like, oh my, the crowd went mental. Cactus Jack was awesome. That's my memory of Mick Foley, is that one promo and
that one. For me, it's the return when he got fired.
When
Linda McMahon brought him back in.
Yeah,
as commissioner.
That was
For
awesome.
me, that was definitely one of the best Foley moments, because it was gutting to see him Foley go.
Yeah.
And then when he just came back in, I was just like screaming.
Another great memory for Mick Foley. We are going to get on to his accomplishments in the WWE. Because he's had a few. He's had a few good accomplishments.
No, it's not good enough.
Oh my! He's had Mick Foley for me is. There's 2 more memories I remember of Mick Foley. This is how good of a WWE star he was.
Agreed.
Was the WrestleMania match against Edge when he went through the burning table.
How can I forget about that?
That is a great. We might have to rewatch that match tonight.
I think so.
And the other one was the Rock and Sock connection for The Rock's birthday. And he got the wrong date, and it was brilliant because it's a long segment.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny because The Rock and the Rock and Sock connection. That's one of my favorite. I don't remember them wrestling, but I remember more of the segments they did. You know, the backstage jokes and stuff. But let's have a look at his accomplishments, Jade. 3-time WWE champion. I've got to say WWE. It says WWF, but it's WWE really nowadays. Hardcore, the first ever hardcore champion.
Yeah, but Mick Foley
is
hardcore, exactly.
Hardcore legend, isn't he? And an 8-time champion. Jeez. Mick Foley. What can we say? What can we say which hasn't been said about him?
Well, apart from he is legendary.
He is legendary. He's, hardcore legendary. I think, and he's, I watched the documentary. You definitely have to watch. Is it Have a Nice Day?
Yeah.
Watch that. It's on the WWE network. Definitely watch it. It's something you learn a lot about him. A lot more, which they don't usually talk about. He's, how he lost his ear and all that.
It was...
Yeah. But yeah. What about one before we go on to number 8?
This is just a list of Foley.
This is how big Foley was for the Undertaker match on the cage. And he got chucked off the tape.
Yeah.
It's Mick Foley literally does. Do you know that Vince came out to see... Well, Vic, when he was in the back after that match, Vince thanked him for everything and went, "You're never doing that again. You're never doing anything that reckless again." That just shows you how much commitment Mick Foley put into WWE. He believed in Vince so much.
He gave it 110%.
And beyond.
All the way.
He's a bestseller as well. He's a comedian. He was commissioner again. The guy's a legend. Hardcore legend, as I might say. Number 8, Jay. Who is it?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And someone's gonna go, "What the hell is number?" Stone Cold's number 8.
They can hear the screams now.
It's not even posted yet, and I can hear people screaming. Stone Cold Steve Austin's our number 8, and people are gonna go, What? He's number 8. Yeah, he's number 8, mainly because
the Rattlesnake is number 8.
Jay, you explain why he's number 8. Explain it for us why he wasn't our number 1 pick. He's so low. He's quite low down on this list.
Unbelievably so.
Yeah.
Okay, his career is good. He's got a few good mentions.
A few, yeah.
One of many, including when he whooped Vince McMahon's ass.
Beer truck.
Yeah. But he just doesn't cut it. Not for me, though. To me, Stone Cold is glorified American redneckness. Okay? That's why I couldn't do it. Although his wrestling career, some of the stunts he did, yeah, I liked it, but...
He wrestled on a broken neck.
Yeah. So he's commendable, but he just doesn't hit the spot.
Yeah, for us, he's on the list because he was the Attitude Era, but for us personally, there were wrestlers who got us more involved.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're not taking anything away from Stone Cold. Look, the guy, he was WWE champion 6 times. You can't fault him for that. He won the Intercontinental Championship with a broken neck over Owen Hart, who broke his neck. So, he's a Slammy Award winner. He's a Hall of Famer. He's an undisputed champion. Well, no, undisputed champion number 1 contender. He was the first number 1 contender for that. He was a Royal Rumble winner 3 times, which is twice in a row as well. I think it's one of the first times ever someone's ever won the Royal Rumble twice in a row. 4-time tag team champion, 2-time Intercontinental, and he also was given the $1 Million Championship. So the guy had a good career.
He did.
But I do want to say one of my absolute favourite Stone Cold Steve Austin moments was the bit where he was in the ring with Vince McMahon and he had the gun to Vince's head, and Vince peed his pants, and it was great acting. Vince McMahon did some really good acting on that, and he pulls the trigger, and it says bang 316, and he says Vince McMahon has just pissed his pants, and that was one of the funny. I think like Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, their rivalry is probably one of the best rivalries we've ever seen at WWE. But without those two together, you can't say Stone Cold was that. He had some good rivalries, but it wasn't.
He needed Vince's.
He needed Vince's more because it made him more popular and having that storyline.
Which is where Stone Cold does get my commendation for being the pro-anti of WWE.
Yeah,
that.
Nowadays you can't really get away with that as much because look at I think Dean Ambrose is most like, I'm not going to say Dean Ambrose is the new Stone Cold because that's never going to happen. There's never going to be another Stone Cold, thank God. No, not in a bad way. I just think you don't want to have another Rock, you don't want to have another Ric Flair. You got to let people be their own selves. You can't just say, oh, this guy's the next Shane O'Mac or something like that. You just can't have that. There's always got to be look at AJ Styles. AJ Styles is his own man. Seth Rollins is his own man. The Miz is brilliant.
Well, the Miz is just.
We need to put Miz on that honorable mention as a great heel. Well, next list, top 10 heels. He's got to be on that.
Yeah,
he's got
definitely.
To be on that. But yeah, he did what like I said. Like we say, he definitely made the list, but he wasn't.
Not our personal favourite.
Not our personal
definitely
favourite.
Not.
Number 7 is someone's favourite though.
Yeah,
You've got
my bro's favourite, the one and only Phenom, The Undertaker.
The Undertaker. Who would ever think the gimmick was you're gonna play a zombie? And he made it work.
Only Vince McMahon would.
Vince McMahon didn't even think it would work,
and yet he did it.
He did it. He made it work. Best Undertaker moment for you. Your number one. Every time you think of Undertaker, you think of that moment.
Undertaker.
Yeah.
I always have to say it is cheesy, but I do love the Buried Alive match
Against Kane.
Yeah.
That is a good match.
And pitting, as they were putting it, brother against brother.
Brother, but I'm gonna go WrestleMania, the retirement match for Shawn Michaels. That was such a good match. You had Shawn Michaels coming down like an angel. I mean, you had Undertaker coming up like a demon. It just worked. The dead man rails. And he ended the career of Shawn Michaels, but it was such a great match, and you're like, oh my god, I want this to continue, because it was a continuation match from last year's WrestleMania, the year before, and it was just so good. I think Undertaker for me, it was sad to see him retire this year. Well, this WrestleMania.
Well, that's it. It only just happened.
It just happened, yeah, and we're still talking about it. That just shows you how much of an impact he really was. Shows you how much of an impact Sky News and The Sun reported on it. That's how big of a name he was.
Well, he had the longest going career going of one of the most recent WWE superstars.
Yeah, he fought against Hulk Hogan. He was in the old school classic, as they call it now, the classic era of WWE.
He's been through Attitude
and in the modern and aggressive. One of my favourite moments has got to be his tag team partnership with his brother.
Definitely, Brothers of Destruction.
That was just brilliant. And you had Limp Bizkit playing their intro music. Keep on rolling. Did your brother like the biker Taker? Because obviously your brother's now a biker. Do you think your brother wants to be biker Taker and that's why he became a biker?
He may say no, but I'd say yes.
I reckon it is.
Yeah, I
reckon it is. Because now that Taker's retired, he is a John Cena fan. He's admitted that no one can see him.
No, exactly. Whoever does.
And he likes to do the 5-knuckle shuffle. So
nightly, right?
Nightly. But let's have a look at some of Taker's accomplishments, man. What's out of all those? Which one's the most impressive for you? You got WCW Tag Team Champion, World Heavyweight Champion 3 times, Hardcore Champion
6 times, though.
6 times Tag Team Champion. 2 of those with his brother Kane. 2 with the Big Show. Royal Rumble winner. The guy's done nearly everything. Slammy Award winner 12 times. So, which one, if you had to go best accomplishment, what would you say is the best one he's ever done? Well, obviously, it's championship, innit?
Yeah.
It's got to be the
I was
championship.
say it's championship. I couldn't really put him down for tag team, even though, just admit, I like him. With Kane's brother's destruction.
Yeah.
Compared to others like the Hardys, he's not one that always sticks out.
Yeah, the Hardy brothers and stuff like that.
The Hard Boys were just like...
Yeah. They were... that like the trio tag team at that point were just the best. I don't think we've seen a tag team division that good ever since that period of time. The Attitude Era had the best tag team division. Even the New Age Outlaws. You had New Age Outlaws. You had
Dudley Boys.
You had Edge and Christian. You just had so many. You even had JBL. By the way, #fire JBL. I'm still saying it. I want him out. What about you?
Is he still in?
He's still in. He's still got a job. Don't know how.
I thought everyone was pushing for him to go out.
Everyone's pushing for. All the fans are pushing for him to go. He's not going to leave, is he? He's one of Vince's boys. Should we do number 6?
Of course.
Right, Jay, you better get this intro right for him, because he is a legend. He is a man on a mission. Go on.
You really want?
Yeah, I want you to do it. I want you to do his intro. Go on.
You want me to go with that? You didn't even tell me you wanted to do this.
Yeah, go on.
Are you going to shut this one on me right now?
Yeah, I'm going to shove it on you right now.
What? To just go to people out there. If you smell what The Rock is cooking down. Let's go. Rocky. As you've all probably guessed out there, the one and only The Rock.
Number 6, The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or Dwayne Johnson now, but I still call him Rock. We're off to see Baywatch. I'm off to see Baywatch next week, in 2 weeks' time.
Really?
With Yasha. And I went, we're going to see Baywatch. It's got The Rock in. And she still calls him The Rock. Everyone still, like, all my mates at work still calls him The Rock.
I wonder who actually calls him Dwayne Johnson. I don't even think
his mum. I think his mother, his family members call him
The
Dwayne.
Rock.
No, I think that I bet you a tenner before he got with his last partner. Well, his partner he's with now. Every girl he slept with has called him The Rock in bed, at least once. The Rock. What can we say? We've already mentioned one of his best moments was with Mick Foley, the Rock
Sock connection.
Yeah, the Rock and Sock connection. When he turned heel, when he joined corporate, he turned corporate. Rock was quite a good one, and they turned on Mick Foley. That was probably one of my best memories of him as well. Coming back after he did Scorpion King and he was a heel, and he was like, Hollywood's the best thing ever, and everyone around here are idiots. Stuff like that. I loved the, but people didn't hate The Rock when he came back.
How can you hate The Rock?
You can't, can you? He's so good.
As he says, he's the most electrifying person in sports entertainment. And I just can't argue with that. He is a good showman.
He is.
And, well, as for his backtrack, he's been WF Intercontinental Champion 2 times. He's been the champion 8 times. It's quite impressive in its own right.
A WCW champion when it was the Invasion twice.
Yeah.
Just
so 10-time champ.
He's one of the best wrestlers in the world. He could be the next president of the United States. Well, not the next one, because it's going to be Trump's second man, because Trump's going to get peached, I reckon, and then...
Yeah, say the least.
We're saying that on a wrestling podcast. Why are we talking about politics? Only because The Rock says he's going to run for president.
Yeah. That's because The Rock says.
The Rock says. The Rock says. I'm going to stick that up your candy ass! Please, someone, if he does become president, please let him say that when he's going to have to take on a war or something. Like, if North Korea invades somewhere, he goes, I'm going to stick those nukes up their candy ass! Well, one of the best moments, I've got to say, him and Stone Cold Steve Austin on the bridge, when Stone Cold throws his Intercontinental Championship off the bridge. That's probably one of my favourite moments. Yeah. That's Stone Cold, good moment as well. There you go. There's another moment for Stone Cold. We don't hate Stone Cold Steve Austin. Don't think we hate him.
But you keep saying that, do you know that you hate him? Really?
I don't hate anyone. Alright, I hate James Ellsworth.
There you go. The truth is out there, people. The truth is out.
James Ellsworth can just get fired. He's so useless at wrestling. But yeah, absolutely. The guy he got nine Slammies. He's Royal Rumble winner, tag team winner 5 times. The guy just, and even when he wasn't a champion, he was still the biggest name in the company. And his movies have just gotten better. I can't wait to watch Baywatch, by the way. I'm not promoting that film, I'm just saying it looks so good. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson is awesome.
Is that it? Is that what's just selling it for you?
The guy was entertaining. You gotta give him that.
Yeah.
When he first came, he wasn't all special. He turned heel. He actually got a personality once he turned heel. He was allowed to be himself. And now he's the most paid actor in Hollywood. He's the most electrifying wrestler there ever was. And even our favourite wrestlers can't say they were that entertaining when they were in the ring compared to what he did in and out of the ring. So yeah, that was our number
6.
Number 6. So, now I'm excited.
Number 5 is gonna scream like a schoolgirl. People,
right. I'm going to do the intro for this one because this is my favourite wrestler. Yes, he's 5th, but that's only because I compromise so much. Against my number 1. Yeah. He's the rated R superstar. Edge. I loved him. I loved him so much. I still to this day.
That you want to marry him? It's just on that verge, isn't it?
I just wait. I know I sound like such a true Yorkshireman when I say this. I just wait till his shirt comes on sale, and then I'm gonna buy the Edge, the Rated R Superstar T-shirt again.
And is that just for the ladies?
Just for me.
Just for you?
Just for me. That shirt is... Edge was my favourite wrestler when I was growing up. Because him and Christian were so funny when they were heels. 30-second poses. The stuff which they did with Kurt Angle. Was just so funny. Later on when he became heel. And, the Matt Hardy stuff with Lita. When... A true story.
Yeah, when the drama in and out of the ring.
In and out of the ring. True stories came out of that one. He managed to come out of that quite... Yeah, he was hated by the fans for a bit, but I didn't hate him. I was like, you know what? There's always 3 people to blame on something like that. When something like that happens, there's always 3 people to blame.
Always?
Well, yeah, you don't cheat on someone unless there's something going on at home. Matt Hardy, obviously, I do feel sorry for him for being cheated on, because I've been cheated on. I'm sure you've been cheated on in the past. But, oh man, Edge came out of that looking great. First Money in the Bank winner for me. Brilliant King of Ring winner. The Royal Rumble winner when he came back from that injury. No one thought he was coming back. Probably one of the best pops ever at a Royal Rumble. Heavyweight champion, record 7 times. WWE champion 4 times. Tag team champion. How many times technically tag team? Because it doesn't show.
12.
Nope. 14.
14, God.
14. 7 times with Christian. 7 times. So half his tag team came from his best mate, his closest friend. I think that's amazing. I wish me and you could be wrestlers now and go to WWE and win the tag team division 7 times.
If only.
If only.
Just cannot compare to
we
that.
will be the tag team division of podcasts. We'll win the tag team division of podcasting.
I'm podcasting.
Yeah, I'm podcasting. We'll win it. Even though right now you're the predictions champion.
Damn straight.
I know. But I will win my belt back at Backlash tomorrow night.
With what you're betting on.
I know, it's awful. We will get onto our predictions after our top 10.
How? Why? How do you think? But anyway.
But the one thing obviously I've talked more about Edge because he is my number 1 wrestler ever. The Mick Foley match, I know I mentioned it with Mick Foley segment, but it's such a good story. It gave Edge a WrestleMania moment, give Mick Foley a WrestleMania moment, and it was just, you saw him go through the table and you saw the shock in his eyes after that match, and it was such a brutal match, all the blood and everything, and both Mick Foley and Edge were just like amazing for that whole match. Lita was really good, and obviously I'm going to close the segment off on Edge by mentioning he's probably the biggest achievement he ever made in the ring was have a live sex show with Lita.
That's the only reason he made it on the list, in all honesty.
For you, for me.
For you.
He is awesome. Don't you deny how good he is. Look at his accomplishments. You cannot say he wasn't. He's, like I said, Intercontinental Champion, Heavyweight Champion. He's done it all.
Well, he has quite literally done it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number four we've got to do together on the intro because he is someone who, surprisingly, Ready?
What? Because surprisingly,
he lied,
he cheats,
and he steals his way into number 4. Eddie Guerrero.
The Latino hate. Just...
You're half Latino, so explain the Latino. For you, was
having in finally some Hispanic blood into WF, I mean, as it was at the time.
Yeah, Eddie was, even to this day, you talk about guys who smashed the glass ceiling.
Yeah. He was one of them, along with commends to Rey Mysterio, one of my other favourite Latinos that entered into that.
I think Rey was, he managed to get a lot more, I think there was a lot of sympathy and he got the, Eddie Guerrero push because Eddie died. But I'm not taking anything away from Rey. Rey Mysterio was a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Another one
phenomenal in my opinion, but he can be for another list another time.
Yeah, top 10 cruiserweights ever.
Yeah. Definitely.
Eddie will probably be in that list as well.
Yeah.
But you look at his accomplishments. For me, his best compliment to his career was winning the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar. Everyone said Eddie would not win that, but he had such.
And he overcame the odds.
He overcame the odds.
And that, just doing that alone. But
the thing is, he won that title. The fans were behind him anyway. Before that. But Eddie never thought he was good enough for the title, which is surprising because there's a lot of wrestlers in that company who all think they deserve that title. They before they even do all, like Baron Corbin's one of those guys. I think he's backstage he thinks he deserves the title. Eddie Guerrero never thought he deserved that highest title, but he did it. He proved everyone wrong. United States champion,
European champion as well.
The guy just did it. He just won everything. He could have, unfortunately, if he did not pass away, I think he could have racked up another WWE Championship before he passed. But yeah, Eddie Guerrero, best moment. What's your best moment for Latino Heat?
I can't really say on Latino what my best Eddie Guerrero moment is anymore.
Because there's so many. You know,
yeah, there's definitely so many with Eddie.
I think not the best moments, but one of the most touching moments is the memorial they did for him once he passed.
Yeah.
I think that was... You just felt the love from the community, you know. And worrying enough, you saw Chris Benoit crying. And then a few weeks later...
Yeah, Chris Benoit does what we all know he did. Yeah,
but we're not taking anything away from what Chris Benoit did in the ring. Chris Benoit did something bad out of the ring, but let's not take away what he did good in the ring. And it wasn't... I do not blame Chris Benoit 100% of what happened.
But that's a lot of issues.
There's a lot of issues, and it's not fair to put that on. But let's talk about Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero, his legacy still felt today. I think Sasha Banks still says he's the biggest influence for her. You can see the way he wrestle now is very... Like, a lot of wrestlers now are very small, fast wrestlers. And it's Eddie Guerrero's style they're using to get to that stage. Eddie Guerrero.
And not to mention as well the fact that when he came from WCW and thought he wouldn't make it, and there you go.
What did he do?
He proved all the records.
He proved, like, yeah, WCW told the guys from the Cruiserweight they'll never do it, and look what they did. They won everything. The guys from the Cruiserweight division who left that WCW Cruiserweight division got the push. Vince believed in them. Vince is probably the hardest man to convince on pushing small guys, but Eddie Guerrero definitely did it. So yeah, number 4 was Eddie. Number 3 is the guy who steals the show every single time. Shawn Michaels. DX.
The Heartbreak Kid.
Mr. WrestleMania. The Showstopper. He's got a ton
the
of
list
names.
goes
It just goes on.
Yeah, that alone is an achievement.
You look at him and you just think, wow. You know, I reckon even now Shawn Michaels could get into a ring and still show half those kids
how it's done. Yeah,
I think he's gone to... I think we were talking about it last time. He's gone to NXT now, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be cool. That's going to be a lot better for them.
Well, it's got the experience, not just with the wrestling, but also
everything
how to perform, how to
not to lose, get beaten by demons. He had a lot of demons, so his own personal stories will be very, very useful for those kids and for himself. But yeah, heavyweight champion once, tag team champion 6 times,
3-time Intercontinental,
European champion once, WWE champion,
Royal Rumble twice over. In fact, 2 years in a row.
Yeah, Slammy Award winner 15 times. Shawn Michaels, yeah, like for me, the Shawn Michaels who left and then he came back and he found God and all of that. I do not say anything about people who find religion. Good on them. If it helps you get through demons, awesome. But that Shawn Michaels was the best Shawn Michaels ever.
Really?
The one which came back, not the one who left.
Better than the Heartbreak Kid?
The Heartbreak Kid was fine, but Mr. WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels, like his first feud was against Triple H. And that was such a good story because it was 2 best friends fighting each other and Shawn Michaels proving he could still hang with probably one of the best talents in the company at the time. And he still does it now. I think he could go into the ring and probably have a great match with AJ Styles, maybe.
No, that would be one to see from him. That would be.
That would never happen because Shawn Michaels said it would never happen. He's happy to retire. But you can always dream as a fan, can't you? You can always have that. That's why we have 2K. That's why we have 2K.
One can only dream.
Best moment, though, for you, for Shawn Michaels' career?
Well...
Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah. With Shawn Michaels, I've loved him since he's gone through with DX.
Commissioner.
Yep. Although I did also, with the mention earlier, with the Taker scenario.
Yeah. Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, probably one of the best rivalries.
Yeah. By far.
By a long way. I've got to say Shawn Michaels versus Triple H was always a good one. When it's coming, you know. It always happens. You always see it with Triple H. It's never going to be Shawn who turns on Triple H. It's always going to be Triple H.
But it's the game. He's the cerebral assassin.
Yeah.
How else is he going to play?
Talking about Triple H, number 2
is the game.
Right. What do you want to say? Because this guy is your favourite wrestler of all time.
Well, duh. What more can be said about Triple H? Although, as said, cerebral assassin. Also his track record: WWE Championship 9 times, Intercontinental 5, European 2 times, Tag Team 2, King of the Ring, Royal Rumble twice over.
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah, Slam the Awards 3 times. And also, as we know now, present manager of NXT. He's turned something that Vince really said wouldn't work into a good success.
Yeah.
And I think that in its own right, to see someone who's been a wrestler
and management
and gone into that and make it work as well as it has is commendable in its own right, to turn that.
Yeah.
And I think Triple H is like beyond legend for WWE because not only has he set some historic moments with all his rivalries, the fact that he's set many careers and also stopped many in the tracks.
He buried a few. But
yeah,
I think
he did.
I think what you say is right. Started a lot of careers.
Yeah.
NXT is his way of showing that next talent. Getting that. It might not work with him 1-to-1, as trainer, but he's definitely, him signing people like Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte. The list goes on.
I can't believe you missed one of your favourites.
I was going to say Becky.
Yeah.
I was going to say it, but I've already said it.
I
said it already. But Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, these people like Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt, people who would never really get a chance in WWE. The attitude, that attitude era and aggressive era, which John Cena and Randy Orton were the only 2 real main event wrestlers at that time, apart from Edge, because Edge was the only villain really half the time. He just give these people. He's given stories, giving them backgrounds, giving them trait. He's literally, I give you that. Triple H. Whatever he's done in the ring, his NXT division is his legacy. I think that's his legacy.
As well as the legacy of the Attitude Era that he left, DX. I mean, how can you forget the running of that? Especially the McMahon Helmsley era, that as well.
Oh yeah, no, thanks for that. Or the Authority era.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cheers for
Driving in a tank.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I do give you that.
Exactly.
My there's so many moments when you look at Triple H and you go, damn, he's actually had a really good.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
The
WCW. Tank one was my favourite.
Yeah.
And that was just so funny because they didn't even have a clue what they were doing.
No.
But they made it look like they knew what they were gonna do. He's just Triple H he's always gonna be that guy where you just go. I love him as a heel, but I love him as a face, and he annoys me when he's both. When he's trying to be a face, but he's gonna do something to turn heel soon.
Always with the game.
So many. Like Royal Rumble, when he won the Royal Rumble against when he knocked out Roman Reigns and the fans went mental. I mean, there was just him and Dean. I remember that one last year's. It's like it's 10 years ago. Oh, I remember that 2016, last year's Royal Rumble. It was just Triple H taking out Roman. Brilliant. I don't hate Roman. I hate his booking.
You always say
I don't hate Roman,
but deep down you do.
He's the only member of the Shield I don't have a shirt for. I've got Dean,
Really?
I've got Seth, I've got AJ, I've even got a Miz shirt on the way. I've got a Miz shirt before I've got a Roman Reigns shirt. That just shows.
That speaks volumes in its own right. But speaking of Seth Rollins, that's another commendation to Triple H. WrestleMania with Rollins.
Yeah, that was a good match. They sold each other well. They made the match interesting. Because we both, like a lot of people before WrestleMania, said it's going to be a boring match. People knew Seth was going to win. But it's easy enough to know who's going to win. But to make a match interesting so the fans actually enjoy that match. Even though if the outcome is so obvious, like Nakamura versus Dolph, that could be the match of the night. Because I know that both guys can easily have a great show. We know Nakamura's going to win. But, both guys, if they sell that match, could be a great match of the night.
Definitely got the potential to be probably one of the best matches of that event.
Or the year, depending on.
Oh, after WrestleMania.
Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. Nakamura's first match in a WWE ring was contender of the year for best wrestling match, and that's including against New Japan and Ring of Honor matches, and those are hard matches to beat because New Japan wrestling has such a great talent, and they always usually win best match of the year candidate. When it's the award, big pull out year of which was the best match of the year. It's usually New Japan who win it. Sami Zayn and Nakamura was such a good match. It nearly won it for WWE, first time in years. So that shows. But yeah, again, Nakamura coming into NXT, Sami leaving, Triple H again because he set that up. He signed him. He got that talent into the company. The guy, we owe him a lot for just so many good matches.
Definitely.
And number one.
And people are going to disagree with this.
They're going to hate us for this. So Stone Cold Steve Austin's not number one. The Rock's not number one.
Triple H is a number one.
Shawn Michaels is a number one.
The Phenom's not even number one.
Edge isn't even number one. Yeah, alright. Number one. Yeah, it's true. It's Brock Lesnar. No, it's not.
Brock Lesnar.
It's not going to be Brock Lesnar.
Oh, what are you on?
It's the only person who could be on a list because he has a list. Chris Jericho. Stupid idiot.
You see, that's what they'll be saying to us.
They're calling us stupid
idiots.
You just made the list. You put Chris Jericho on top of the list. You just made the list. Yeah.
But Jericho, he's had a great career.
He was the only wrestler we could compromise, not just compromise, go out and agree. If you're gonna have someone who represents great wrestling, not just great wrestling, but in-ring, kayfabe, everything. Chris Jericho does it all the time. First undisputed champion, the creator of the Money in the Bank concept. As he puts on his trunks, he's a GOAT, the greatest of all time. Tag team champion, hardcore champion, European champion, United States champion. He's won every single belt apart from Universal now and Diva and the women's division.
I think he could probably go with the Diva in his own right.
He's had his ups and downs. He's had different characters. There's always going to be a different Chris Jericho. There's Y2J Jericho, there's the Suit Jericho, and there's the one we've had recently, the Lists of Jericho. But each time he comes back, it's more entertaining. And I think the reason we put him number one is because when we saw him live, how mental did the crowd get?
Yeah. Jericho knows how to work the crowd. And as a heel, you just can't hate him. You'd love to hate him, but you just can't.
As someone said, I was watching an interview, I can't remember what it was. It was a documentary, and they talked about just Chris Jericho. And they said, Chris Jericho is the only superstar I know of who can say one word and it can turn a crowd from loving you to hating you. Or, again, the opposite. He says one word and he can get the fans behind him. Chris Jericho, for me, absolute legend in and out of the ring. The fans love him. We love him.
Well,
yeah,
to death for me.
He is. He is one of our favourite WWE superstars, and he's our number one for a reason. Is there anything else we can actually say about him? Best Jericho moment.
Best Jericho moment.
There's lots of good Jericho.
Well, apart from when he came up on the list. Although I have to say, with Jericho, I've enjoyed the KO feud. I did love it when Jericho did win the match for WrestleMania against KO.
He lost the match at
Did he?
WrestleMania. He won it.
Oh,
at Payback.
He won at Payback. I
Yeah.
was forgetting when the match.
You were drunk at the time. At
True.
both events.
It's all becoming a blur. But either way, the moment Jericho won against KO.
Yeah, that was a good one. I think it was good. I think probably for me when he returned for the Royal Rumble a couple of years back.
Really?
Yeah, that was fun. Just having him, you know, like, because they didn't expect him. It was very much like no one was expecting Jericho to return at that point because I think he was still technically on tour with his band.
Yeah.
And he just turned up in the Royal Rumble. The 61-minute man, as he likes, because he's got the record now for the most time in the Royal Rumble. All of these times in Royal Rumbles, I think he's got the record now. He is literally the isotope. I can't pronounce it. Ayatollah of rock and roll.
Roller.
Yeah, he was fun. He's always been hilarious, either heel, face. Probably one of my favourite segments is he ever did was against Stephanie. When he, back in the Attitude Era. Yeah. And she had the breast implants put in. And he just looked at her and like, you could tell he had so many jokes about her breast implants. It was really funny. Number one, Chris Jericho. Will he come back, do you think?
He will come back. Whether it's a long time's another thing to say, considering how long he's been with the company.
Yeah.
And considering that he's on tour.
He's on tour. I think he's gonna come back. I don't think it's gonna be for a while now, but once he comes back, it's gonna be entertaining. For me, yeah, he's awesome though, isn't he? He's just good. He's a good wrestler.
And he makes tacky clothes even look good. I mean, come on, the jacket, the scarf.
The scarf.
Only Chris Jericho can get away with that.
Yeah. The suit when he did the knot, he didn't talk and he did the suit thing. That was quite fun.
It was.
He just gets away with so much, and the fans just go mental for him every time he returns. But yeah, that's our top 10 WWE superstars
of all time.
So far, obviously, like we said, there's a lot of future guys we think will probably make that list in a few years' time. I think we kept it very close to guys who aren't wrestling. Or they are wrestling. Like Jeff Hardy's return, Jericho's technically. He hasn't retired.
Both kept it to quite old school. Really.
Old school. The reason is that these are the guys who motivated us to watch it still.
Brought us back into the fold.
Yeah. Chris Jericho for you.
Yeah, for me was the main one that drew me back in.
To WWE. For me, surprisingly, when I started getting back into watching wrestling again, it was the Shield and not the Shield. It was Roman Reigns. Ironically, it was Roman. The reason this is the story I want to say. I stopped watching wrestling way back when Cena was winning everything, and I was like, I don't care. I don't care about John Cena. I missed quite a lot of CM Punk time because Cena was the main guy. And they'd throw John Cena on all the time. And my cousin's little kid came over and I put highlights of WWE on because it was on Sky One, and I reading one of my books, and I saw Roman Reigns wrestle, and he did the spear. you know, Edge's spear. Well, it's not Edge's spear. Obviously, Goldberg and other wrestlers did it. But I always think when someone does a spear, I always think Edge doing it because it was his finisher, and he did it, and I was like, huh. And I watched the highlights. I was like, oh, who's this guy? Who's Seth Rollins? Who's Dean Ambrose? Now I know more about Dean Ambrose than myself. That's a bit sad, isn't it? So just a bit. But yeah, that's my. I think I pulled you back into wrestling, didn't I?
Well, that and my brother.
Me and your brother dragged you back.
And Chris Jericho, and the game.
And the game, and Kevin Owens. And Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah, because Brock Lesnar drew me in, because Brock Lesnar is such a varied wrestler. Oh. And he's so entertaining, you know.
He's a great
many memorable moments.
So we've got one last segment to do tonight.
Predictions.
Oh my god.
The Backlash.
Backlash 2017.
Woo! In fact, that has not been done, has it?
What? What hasn't been done?
You know, we've mentioned a certain person who descends from a certain wrestler. A certain Nature Boy.
Charlotte.
Yeah, we haven't commended out that. Neither have we gone out for going, woo! Woo!
Charlotte Flair, yeah. We've got to put her on honourable mentions for...
Exactly, before we go on to that, yeah.
Lita as well. We've got to do a female... I think we're going to have to do a top 10 female wrestlers.
That's got to be on the next roster.
She's going to make that list even though she's still active. That's how good she is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're going to... I think that could be on the next podcast, guys. I think top 10 list of women wrestlers. I think we'll probably have to get Yasha on that one as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's always good to have someone who... She doesn't like wrestling, but she does prefer the women's division sometimes, she says.
So she says.
But yeah, I think top 10 WWE women wrestlers.
Already on there.
And then we'll do cruiserweights and stuff like that. Because I think there's so many we could choose.
Yeah, well, we've already talked about Rey Mysterio
and Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
So there is quite a few more we could literally add into that list.
Definitely. But moving on. Backlash. Do you think this... Before we get into predictions, Backlash, is it going to be good or bad? By the looks of what you saw on what the pay-per-view matches are going to be. Because when you saw the pre-show match, you looked at me like, who the hell are these two? Yeah, I did. And that's why I think it's going to be okay. I think out of the pay-per-views post-WrestleMania... I think Payback, with the exception of House Horrors, is the one that's going to hold it.
House Horrors is the best thing in the world.
Oh, yeah, so best. But that's why I said with the exception of House of Horrors, I think Payback is going to be the one that holds more than Backlash. I don't think Backlash has got enough. I mean, okay, Nakamura match, it's going to be good, but...
I think you got what? We've got next Extreme Rules, and then we've got Money in the Bank, and Money in the Bank is going to be just SmackDown. Not sure how I feel about that. We'll talk about that on the podcast, but right now I think Money in the Bank's probably going to be the best, could possibly be the best one to have after, not one of the big four. I think it could easily be one of the best ones because of last year's one, but it was both Raw and SmackDown on it, so
it's going to be different with that.
It's very different. So let's get on to Backlash. Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English. Now, you don't know much about either of these guys.
No.
So Ty Dillinger, his big thing is he's the perfect 10. So he keeps going 10. It's like the new yes chant.
Yeah.
Kind of gets a bit annoying for referees, you reckon, because every time they're doing, the count in the corner, people are shouting 10. So, and Aiden English was part of the Von Villains, who was that tag team, the old 18, 19 wrestlers gimmick.
Yeah.
Simon Gosh left the company, thank God. He has to leave. No questions asked. He left. But yeah, Aiden English, Ty Dillinger, we both went for the face because it's a kickoff show. It does not matter. And Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English.
No, I had no idea.
No one cares. It's like literally no one cares. I was gonna say Ty Dillinger because I was gonna say Aiden English at one point for this, and then I realised it's the kickoff show because Aiden English was crying in his last match. Now when WWE do this, be a star, don't bully, and Aiden English is crying in the middle ring and people are taking the mick out of it. It's kind of bullying WWE. You're doing the be the star thing. Don't bully people. And you're making a guy cry. You know, he wasn't really crying. He was acting, but it's still a form of bullying. Yeah, I don't agree with it.
Neither do I.
Oh, yeah, I know you don't. Obviously, we don't know what the order is, so we just did the matches on what we saw on the Wikipedia page, correct?
Yep, because we're lazy like that.
We're very lazy. Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal.
We all went Randy Orton.
I know that they're doing the big tour in India soon, but they're not going to give it to Jinder Mahal.
No.
And it's not because he's Indian. He's not even Indian. He's Canadian. There you go. Broke kayfabe, guys. He's not Indian. He's Canadian. But yeah, Randy Orton's just. Do you want him to turn heel yet? You'd hope so.
He's one of the few that I would hope would turn heel.
We both went Randy Orton.
Yeah.
The tag team match. The Usos versus Breezango. I went for the Fashion Police.
You know that you've made the choice on the wrong basis with that one.
He's gonna be the Fashion Police because they're brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
They're so good, dude. They're so good. They're so funny.
How are you keeping a straight face?
Because I watch every episode and I'm sad enough to enjoy the Fashion Police files they do. It's such a great segment. It's one of those classic segments you can see they're going to bring back in a few years' time.
Yeah.
But you're going Usos. KO versus AJ Styles. Now, do you think AJ is going to win clean or is he going to cheat?
Cheat.
Yeah, he's going to cheat.
Against KO. Definitely. He's going to cheat.
KO, yeah. Because they're doing the big push of the face of America. He's going to either get disqualified to keep the belt, or he's gonna do a count out. Alright, he's gonna get disqualified or he's gonna get a count out because there's no way he's gonna
DQ. That's why I'm going with that.
Yeah. Then we've got the 6-woman tag team match. Team face with Naomi, Charlotte, and of course Becky Lynch because she's perfect. And the heel
just team, out there again.
Heel team, Natalia, Carmella, and I can't pronounce her name. Tamina, whatever. She's not even important. She's just a scary lady. She is. She's not. She's literally got no personality. I couldn't remember when she was in the WWE last time she was there. But
we've been split on this one.
Yeah, you went for the heels. You went for the welcoming. You do know they're called the welcoming committee, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm going faces because it's got the Nature Boys, Little Princess, Charlotte Flair, and the Irish Lass Kicker, Becky Lynch. Woo!
Bit late on that now.
I don't care. I've got Charlotte in a match, so I can woo. I got Charlotte on my team.
You can woo.
I can woo.
I can't woo.
You can't woo because you didn't go for Charlotte to win, and that's your mistake. The queen of wrestling, and you can't woo because you didn't say she'd win. I can. I can woo as much as I want. Woo! Nakamura versus Dolph Ziggler. We've both gone for Nakamura.
There's just no doubt on that
just
one.
No doubt, but I reckon it's going to be the best match of the night. Yeah, it's obvious match, but it's the obvious. It's going to be probably the best match. Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn. You went for Corbin. Why?
Why Corbin?
Yeah. It's not Corbin who's running for Labour leader. It's Baron Corbin, the guy who's nearly bald, who's still got long hair around the sides.
Yeah, but he's the monster, Baron Corbin. He just decimates people.
He is quite monstrous, but I like as Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn, mate. I really do.
Sami Zayn.
Yep. And the match we really don't care about.
I thought we gave a damn about this match.
What, Luke Harper and Rollins?
Oh yeah.
It's like super important match. It's probably the toilet break match for me. And you went for Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
I went for Harper. We'll see. It might not sound like we're not excited. It could be a good pay-per-view. Nakamura and Dolph will probably be the best match of the night. The Fashion Police could win. How much would you love it if Fashion Police won?
I'd be shocked.
Yeah, so would I. So tomorrow night we've got 3 matches which have got titles: WWE, Tag, and America. United States. I'm a bit disappointed. The women's division title is not being defended tomorrow. I thought that would have been something. Seeing as we're doing this whole WWE pushing for the women's revolution. But who knows, eh? But yeah, that's everything, dude. This has been like our longest podcast, and we planned this one. We tried to plan this one. Well, we did plan.
What kind of plan was this?
Well, we discussed it a lot more. Wow, an hour and 20 minutes. It's been nearly an hour. It's an hour and a half.
But boys and girls, we hope you've had fun.
We hope you enjoy NXT TakeOver Chicago and Backlash.
That's gonna be good.
And NXT is gonna be good. It's always good. You've got I've been your host Michael,
and I've been your host Jay.
And we'll see you next time on
Mac Talk.
And any questions, any comments, please like, subscribe, and remember, we are not stupid idiots, because Chris Jericho is not an idiot.